Hello everyone, it's Zach. Sorry you haven't heard from me in a while. I was in a wedding and then in a car wreck last week, so life's been kind of busy. Anyway, I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because my computer's been acting up and I don't know if it'll last much longer. So, um, for those who haven't read my topic statement, I am writing about the current libel laws and how changing them could possibly infringe on the First Amendment and freedom of speech. So I went to skip a few steps. I went to the library resources, EBSCO, advanced search, use a Boolean phrase. That was libel and law, full print, full text PDFs on peer-reviewed journals. And long story short, I scrolled down and found this article from the Harvard Law Review. I click full text in the next tab. It pops up here, and I have the whole article from the Harvard Law Review. After reading through a good chunk of it, I came across this quote, if I can find it. Alright, main problem is that the potential for loss to chill speech, etc., etc., etc. I also have the Purdue OWL here. So I went ahead and typed everything out and did it. So unfortunately, I could not find an author for this particular article. I don't know how big of a problem that's going to be, because in the full text, down here, I didn't see anything here, copyright 2010, and up here there is no author either. And here on the I don't know how to describe this page that gives pedigree information. It says the source Harvard Law Review, but it doesn't give a actual author either. So that's unfortunate in itself. So I kind of just had to go with what I knew. Oops. Went ahead and the Harvard Law Review. This article was published in 2010. My introduction statement to the quote. Then here's the quote. The main problem is that the potential for laws to chill protected speech by inducing fears that speakers will be sued, even in hypothetical speech not being heard, etc., etc., etc. 2010, just instead of the authors. And there's the page number. Now, in case anyone was wondering that this quote may be too long, in the Purdue OWL, if I can find it right here, short quotations, long quotations, it says that I need to put it in a block quote if it's 40 words or longer. Now, when we highlight this, the quote from the to prohibited, down here, 35 words. So I am fine as far as that 40-word limit, so it's still considered a short quotation, so I can just format it as such without having to put it in a block. Now, as far as the citation, I kind of cheated and got help using this citation thing. I did try to double check it as much as I could because I believe that the Harvard Law Review is a sorry, this car crash has my head all jumbled up. I actually had to go to the hospital with concussion. The Harvard Law Review is a peer-reviewed journal. So here I have a review and article and magazine. That's not it. Journal, tagging by volume, basic form. So because this source doesn't necessarily have a author, it kind of threw everything off, so it's hard to follow this particular format. However, I did try to adhere to it as much as possible and check on the punctuations. The name of the article right here, and this was the name of the case that I was referencing. First Circuit 2009. This 2010, when it was published. and Harvard Law Review, and what edition, and the page number that it starts. Starts at 784, right there. So I try to adhere to the rules as much as possible. Just kind of lost because I was not able to find an author. But after double checking on the OWL for what I was able to find and through here, I'm going to make my best judgment and say that it's accurate. And if I can't use the source, then I'll just have to find something else. But felt like it was a good quote, and I'm going to keep this source if I can and actually read through the rest of it, see what else has to offer, because this case sounds pretty interesting. It was a libel case, or this isn't that case, this is just an article referencing the case, but the case that was being referenced was talking about how someone was sued for libel even though what he said was true, and I'm not going to try and sum up the case right now. But anyway, sorry if my head's all jumbled. It's the best I got right now just because concussions and stuff like are just messing with me. So yes, this was the name of the article as well. First Circuit applies libel law, and so yeah, hope I did this right. I'm not sure. I'm not really good at all this extra stuff, so I'm sorry, guys. So I'm just gonna sign off. Good night.